It's the most potent vaccination is getting infected yourself.
Well, November's already finished, so it is now heading into December, and I never did a November update video yet. Till I'll work on it tonight. I'll start it tonight. Actually, I slowly work on these, recording videos of stuff that I get little by little, and then at the end I'll, I compile it together and make these videos. But why haven't I done any real videos in the past month? Well, I'll have you know that I have been very hard at work at my Evangelion hentai fanfic. So you see, okay, like Shinji and Asuka and Rei, they're having like a threesome, right? And then Asuka and Rei, they're like shoving their titties in Shinji's face, and he's like, oh, if I wasn't so stupid and pathetic. And then Counselor Troy from Star Trek comes. She's like, I sense a great patheticness. Is that a word, patheticness? Anyhow, I sense a great amount of being pathetic, and I have a feeling, a strange foreboding that this would like ruin anime for decades to come. And actually no, fanfics, yeah, right. No, I've just been like really busy. So a couple of weekends I was doing English tests, right, on weekends, and as like a part-time job that happens like 3 times a year, so that was some extra income. And then just recently my friend came to stay with me, right? So my friend from Arizona, he is currently in Japan, and last weekend I picked him up. We went to Utsunomiya together. So if you maybe have seen that video by now, perhaps, yeah, then you'll know what I'm talking about. I got him like Friday night, and then we hit up some stores in the Gunma Prefecture area, and then the next day I went to Utsunomiya in Tochigi Prefecture, and it was the first time for either of us. And years ago, I had just done a search for hobby Utsunomiya on Gulag Maps, and like boom, so many different shops showed up. So that's what we did last weekend. And then Sunday we went to a couple places like the Book Off Super Bazaar and the Mandai in Isesaki before I his wife and his mom-in-law picked him up and took him back to, because his mom-in-law lives in Tochigi Prefecture, but like about an hour away from where I live. So that was really fun, and this is my first like regular weekend I've had in quite a while. Not only that, but alright, so I'll be honest, like in October, I have been really healthy for the past like close to 3 years, and then in October I caught something, and I had a really high fever of like 38 degrees. And for you Americans, I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but 101, 102, I don't know. But it was over 38 degrees, and I couldn't buck it. It just lasted for days. But I was taking quercetin and artemisia. That's the stuff that doesn't work. That's the stuff that the conspiracy theorists believe in. Oh my gosh. If I had ivermectin, I would have taken that, but I don't have ivermectin. I know you can get that easily in America, but people don't have like pet horses in Japan very much, so I don't even know where to begin looking for that kind of stuff. Anyhow, I had a high fever, and I like felt like my brain was being scrambled. Other than that, nobody could tell I was sick. Right? Testing, come on, I'm not gonna get tested. Nobody around me got sick. You know, my daughter and I, you know, she got, you know, the sneezing and all that kind of stuff. I didn't really have any. I was no coughing. My you know, I didn't have like a raspy voice or anything. Um, I just took, like, you know, just a regular decongestant, and I was fine. Nobody could tell I was sick. And that was for about 4 days or so. And then this was in October, and like the next week I just felt like just really tired all the time. Then beginning of November or thereabouts, right? Just had like a surge of energy. Maybe it was like all the sleep I was getting plus all the vitamin D and zinc, but probably had a bit of a testosterone surge, I guess, because I don't know how it sounds like on camera, but for me, my voice sounds different. It sounds a bit deeper. Maybe you might think I'm full of crap, but I can tell the difference, at least in my own head. Just noticed a change, like very motivated to exercise more, right? So before October or whatever, I was like exercising like maybe twice a week, sometimes only once a week or so, and getting like 10,000 footsteps in a month, like maybe 2 or 3 times a month. And then in November, I surpassed 10,000 footsteps 16 times in November, and just doing a lot more jogging and more weightlifting and such. I had felt a lack of like compulsion to, like, you know, bite my fingernails so much. Just wanted to be more active, and as a result, I hadn't really been doing a whole lot of hobby work. And that's good. There's a whole ebb and flow, but really, hopefully, this is gonna just keep flowing. I think it's doing me pretty good, because now we did yakiniku. Korean barbecue, you would say in English. We did that today, so I didn't have a whole ton of rice, but usually I'll, you know, gain some weight back. But in terms of pounds, as of yesterday morning, I had lost about 10 pounds, and in kilograms, that's about 5 or so, maybe just under 5 kilo. I don't know. Still not used to kilograms, I guess. But yeah, I've been feeling pretty good. So more energy and such. And this past week, I had, you know, normally for breakfast I'll have like yogurt and some granola. And for 2 days, all I had was just like some like little breakfast sausages and 2 eggs, no toast or anything like that. And I noticed that, like, I didn't feel sleepy after lunch. And for lunch I had like a stalk of celery I had chopped up, an avocado, and like a boiled egg. Believe it or not, my wife thought that I was being unhealthy. She believes that you need to have carbohydrates, you know, whatever. I'm not totally anti-carbohydrate, at least at this point, but I mean, they do serve a purpose. For me, though, at least just for those 2 days, yeah, I wasn't feeling sleepy after lunch. So there's that, you know, whatever that means. It could be a fluke, I don't know. But going forward, I'm going to try to do like 0 carbs for lunch, especially. And we'll see how that goes. Overall, getting a heck of a lot more exercise, and I'm feeling a little bit better about myself. And decreased alcohol intake as well. And maybe not tonight, though. Maybe that's why I'm making this video, because I've mentioned this before. I feel weird talking, like looking at a camera and pretending to talk to somebody. I can't break that wall. That's just kind of weird. So anyhow, I have not really been motivated to do any modeling videos at all. I have completed models and I've shown them. Like, it's been a month already since my last update. I still haven't gotten around to doing final presentations. So maybe in this month of December that has just begun, hopefully you can see me completing a bunch of models that I have had around that I haven't just haven't gotten around to completing yet, or you know, at least doing the final presentation video on. I did get one resin kit this month, and it was Dead or Alive's Lei Fang, right? So like you can see back behind here, where is it? I got a poster of Dead or Alive 2 for the Dreamcast on my back wall. You see that behind my stupid bald head here, right? And yeah, those games have always been a guilty pleasure of mine, and I now have a resin kit of Lei Fang, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to show you that stuff, but first of all, and I know some people are interested in seeing this, I went ahead and I got Umi Shinonome manga compilation where she's posed in a bikini. So let me just go ahead and show that to you right now. Alright, gentlemen, get your tissues and lotion ready, because this is a comic book featuring Umi Shinonome. Now, if you don't know who she is really, she's one of us, actually. She might be a supermodel, where they're called gravure models here in Japan, but she's also a hobbyist. She builds plastic models, and she's pretty cool. Now, half of the content she puts out I think is interesting. I mean, she does a lot of Gundam, and I'm not really so much into that. But I think the first thing that was it was a suggested video to me of hers, and it was, she had taken some Godzilla Sophby, some kaiju Sophby, and she did a lot of putty work, and she reposed them and repainted them and everything, and she submerged them in like clear resin, and it added lights and everything to like make like underwater explosions, and there was like this underwater Godzilla battle, and I'm like, whoa, this chick kind of knows what she's doing. And you could see in the video she's doing it herself. Now, granted, yeah, okay, maybe she's had help with this, but you can actually see her doing the actual work herself. So yeah, she is a nerd like we are. She just happens to be like super pretty, and yeah. So I saw this at the convenience stores, and I'm like, you know, I kind of would like to buy this just to see what's inside. So basically, these you see a bunch of these every month. Now this is you can't see it because our head's in the way, but it's called Champion. And I saw this, I'm like, you know, I'd like to buy this, but I live in a small town, and I mean, most of this stuff is just, it's pretty boring. What the hell? This lady's eating a carrot or something? I don't know. Some of this might be kind of suggestive, I suppose, but it's pretty, like, tame, I think. Whatever. I mean, it's not, like, really, like, pornographic or anything. I haven't really looked through this. See, like here, this is, oh my gosh, is this pornography? No, no, it's tennis. All right, so just shut up. It is aimed at an older demographic, though, I have to admit. Now, just because, though, because I live in a small town, I have no idea who knows who, and I didn't want to buy this because, for whatever reason, people might take it the wrong way. I mean, yeah, I do want to just look at tits, of course. I don't care about the manga, so if they think I'm just being a lech, then of course they're correct, but I just don't want, people to see me. I looked this up, and this is the second time that she's appeared for a model for this manga magazine. And when I bought this, I got this on Yodobashi, so I went ahead and just ordered it online, and it came like this. I'm like, they sent me the wrong thing, but it turns out this is a clear file. So here we go. There's her beautiful ass and everything. Here, I'll just go ahead and let you look at that. She has a 100 centimeter hip, right? And what was her name? Yuka Kuramochi. She had 100 centimeter hips, but she was way more dynamic, and she was like, you could really, really tell that she had like a really perfect big ass, and it's just the whole shape thing. But yeah, she can boast the same, and this actually has a clear file, so there is a buyer for this. So yeah, David, you're going to be getting this. I'll have to figure out how much it's going to cost to ship this to you, though. But yeah, it comes with a bonus clear file, so you can see her titties and everything. That's pretty cool. This is like B5 size, I believe it's called. So it looks like she's in the bathtub. All right, now her claim to fame, I guess. She is a G cup. It says bust G cup. Guys, honestly, I'm being totally serious with you. I don't pay attention to this kind of stuff. I don't even know what cup size my wife is, okay? And I've been married for almost 22 years. In fact, actually, as I was thinking about this, after I bought this, I asked her what her cup size is. Even she doesn't know what her cup size is because she's never really bothered with that kind of stuff. So she doesn't do the whole, actual bra thing, I guess. I mean, what she wears is, anyhow, the Japanese sizes are different. So if you're looking at her and you're like, no way, she's more like a D or something, you might be correct. I mean, I don't know. I do know that if you look this up, like a Japanese G is like for example, an American F or something, I guess. The thing is that like in Japan there is no AA size. It just starts at A. All right. That's how it goes. I mean, whatever. I imagine maybe my wife is a Japanese B. I don't know. No idea. I really don't even care, okay? What I think is fantastic about this girl is that she wears glasses. That's why I think she's cute, alright? I mean, it's cute that she's not, like, totally scrawny or anything. I mean, that's cool. Now, to be perfectly honest, like, for example, let's do a compare and contrast here. On your left is Umi Shinonome, right? This is who we're talking about. And on your right is Aya Kawasaki. Now, if I'm going to be completely, like, just talking like a total, guy or whatever, if I was to choose, I would go with Kawasaki just because I don't know. I mean, like I said, the whole boob thing, I'm not really so much into that. The whole, bigger is better kind of a thing. I don't know. But in terms of, like, an actual relationship, that would definitely be Umi Shinonome, because I mean she's into plastic models and stuff. So I mean, I'm just talking strictly as a guy, okay? I married a chick who unfortunately does not like video games, but she actually was my motivation to get back into the modeling, okay? The modeling hobby. And she loves Indiana Jones movies, not so much Star Wars, but you know, like she will demand to watch Indiana Jones or Back to the Future and stuff, and that's really cool. She's more into slasher fix than actual like science fiction, but yeah, there is some common ground. So anyhow, back to Umi here. All right, let's take a look inside. And maybe they all come with a clear file, and maybe they're tucked inside when you buy them at the store. I don't know. All I know is that the clear file was attached to the front here. All right, so let's take a look here. This is not Umi here. Takeuchi Hana is who this is. Who is this? Inako? I don't know who this is. But anyhow, this is Umi here. She's really charming, I have to admit. Now, I've never met her in person. Maybe when the model, you know, maybe once Japan finally gets over this stupid mask cult religion thing, when I can go to an actual hobby trade show and not, you know, be assaulted by the mask religion zealots, then I would enjoy going, and who knows, I might actually meet this lady. I have met some other, like Ogoshi, Tomomi Ogoshi, I've met, or Tomoe Ogoshi. She's like the other, you know, one of the plastic model goddesses and such, and closer to my age than this girl here is, that's for sure. I think she's in her maybe late 30s by now. I don't know, but yeah, here we go. Like I said, Kuromochi, like she had way more of a shape of a butt, so she has 100 centimeter just because she's a bit thicker, and that's okay. Yeah, I applaud her for not being totally skinny, because actually, I mean, she looks kind of, I mean, I don't want to say chubby, but in that picture there, you can, you know, yeah. Anyhow, she is super duper pretty. She is very cute. And there she's pretending to cook. You know, don't you want to marry her? Oh my gosh, maybe she can make, I don't know. Just no SpaghettiOs, right? Because that's freaking Americans eat pasta from a can. That should be like crimes against humanity. What the hell is that? I can't believe I used to eat that shit. That freaking like a Chef Boyardee. And my mom had this, had like this asteroid meatballs with a little spaceship ravioli, and girls, okay, stop talking about pasta from a can. You're looking at a girl's butt here. What the hell, dude? How did I even get on that conversation? I don't know, man. I'm looking at this girl and I'm thinking about SpaghettiOs or something. So anyhow, she's pretending to take a bath here. Isn't that cute? See, this is it, man. If every picture she's wearing glasses, I would be happy, just because, you know, I gotta admit, that's my fetish. And my wife, she wears contacts, and so I've told her for more than 10 years, you know, she's all that, all those chemicals, and it's just not good for your eyes, but, you know. Pick your battles, I guess. And this is Sonic Frontiers. I've seen commercials of this. I don't know if the PS5. By the way, the PS5 in Japan, like my friend Lou, he came to visit me. He bought a PS5 in America and took it to Japan because his friend paid him for it. You can't even find a PS5 unit in Japan, weirdly enough, but you can get them from America. It's the whole chip shortage bullcrap. Thanks, China. And then here's whatever the hell this is, Fenrir. I don't know. Whatever. Let's just skip ahead. Let's look at some more tits and ass here. Who's this? I don't care. None of this is interesting. I don't give a shit about stupid tennis. I just want to look at girls because they've got girly parts. Yeah, there you go. Dude, this is what pisses me off about, like, freaking all this balloon tit stuff here, man. It's like, it's totally over exaggerated. It looks dumb. And I mean, this is what this is so stupid. I mean, this does not look remotely attractive, but to a Japanese guy who has sworn that he'd rather just, like, you know, hump a anime pillow for the rest of his life rather than, you know, work up the guts to actually say hi to an actual girl. I mean, fuck this. I mean, I'm not gonna listen to that. I'm not gonna watch that. That's just gross, man. Alright, yeah, so there is some stuff that's kind of gross in here. Alright. This is Ayane Mitsuki. I don't know who this is. And then, oh my god, what the hell is this again? Alright, this is the Mitsuki girl, or the Ayane. I don't know who she is. Oh my gosh, let's not look at boobs. That is freaking weird, man. I don't know what this comic is. Alright, maybe it is pretty suggestive. Maybe I was, you know, I wouldn't keep a knife there. I mean, just talking. I mean, that doesn't look, you know, that does not look safe at all. I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh my shit. No, let's skip ahead, guys. Probably gonna have to put this on Odysee or something. What, is that it? I might have to cut that out. I guess so. I guess Umi is just in the beginning and on the back. So, I've never really known about this. I've never bought anything for my wife that would entail this kind of stuff because, actually, to be totally honest, I've never been with my wife wearing a bathing suit. We've never been swimming together, ever. In 22 years of my marriage, never even been in, I've never even seen her in a bathing suit. It's funny. That's just kind of how life works, I guess, sometimes. I think, I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I think there's like a ratio thing. So there's like the underbust and then the bust. There's a ratio between that. And that's how you actually get the cup size. So even if you convert this to an F cup on a petite girl, is gonna be like on someone of like a larger stature, like, you know, a taller American woman or whatever, it's gonna be a different size. It'll be more like a D or some other, which I like. Again, I can't judge just by looking because I don't know shit about crap. But yeah, so I have just announced to the internet that I don't care about bra sizes and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Yeah, neither does my wife, so I'm just ignorant and she's ignorant, I guess. And that's it for Umi Shinonome, gracing the cover of Champion manga. Shonen Champion, whatever. Alright, so this is something I have desired for quite a while. I found this, I think it was like over the summer, and it was listed as a doujin. Now, doujin are like fan comics, and way too many of them are pornographic. And I'm like, whatever. So what we have here, beautiful picture of Nadia. We got some sexy underboob going on here, and that happens in the anime too, I guess, a few times. But okay, so the deal is, I contacted the seller. I'm like, look, is this like, you know, a hentai doujin? Again, gosh, I probably use way too many Japanese, and I know like a lot of people who watch my videos don't understand some of these words, I guess, but hentai means like, you know, like pornographic or whatever. Doujin is like these fan comics. He said this is actually official Sadamoto art. So I thought maybe this at first was like some, you know, guy who can draw look-alike. He said no, this is actually an official, which you couldn't call this a doujin. Now this was at like 5,000 yen. It had several viewers, you know, the followers, the which we got the watch list, right? For all this time. And after I went to Utsunomiya, I tried looking for this, couldn't find it. So I'm like, you know, I'm just gonna spring for the Yahoo auction manga. Oh, this is actually a part of it. All right, so this entails Nadia and Jean's wedding, and I'm like, you know, at first I'm like, well, is it like, you know, if it's hentai, then it would be like, you know, Nadia's wedding night or something. And the seller assured me, no, it is not the case. Now that is definitely not Sadamoto. That's like, that's somebody else drew that. It doesn't even look that good. But no, so he was involved with this. I mean, at least he did this artwork. I mean, I'm not a fan of Evangelion, right? I mean, I love the artwork, I like the character designs, but Evangelion is such a train wreck. Now, I love the Nadia TV show. It's fantastic. The movie is just a steaming pile of crap. And it wasn't even Gainax. I mean, it was the, like, I think they used the original designs and everything, but it just was not the same. It was just, they made a movie just for the hell of it, just to cash in. It was just a cynical cash grab. And, like, they, you know, Jean and Nadia, they encounter a girl named, like, Fuzzy. I was like, that's the best you can come up with, is a girl named Fuzzy? What the hell? Well, anyhow, this is going to take a while to try to translate this for me, but I had to have this, and oh my gosh, there's a happy wedding right there. Now, I have a telephone card of this, right? Of this like a really beautiful artwork, and there was a jigsaw puzzle. It was like 1,000 pieces though, and it was kind of pricey, and like, shoot. And then by the time I realized it, you know, it was already gone. Like, I thought maybe I was gonna read it after all, or buy it after all, and then it turns out it's gone, it's sold out. I can't find it. This is just it is a bunch of doujin stuff kind of stuck in here as well, right? Alright. Secret of Blue Water. That's pretty cool. So, I like that picture of Nadia. That's pretty great. It's kind of hard to do skin tones though in black and white, right? But there's Marty. Oh, that's cute. Look at that on the island. There's her in her white dress, her island dress. That's always great. Oh my gosh. Oh my cow, look at that. Look at that. So we have an older Nadia. Siamese, you can tell she kind of looks older. That was another picture. Yeah, so cool, so cool. That's kind of poorly drawn. Some of this artwork is maybe not so great, but oh dude. This is what, you know, I was hoping, you know, when I got the Blu-ray, because I had the fan subs, and then I got not the Blu-ray, the DVD from, who put it out? I think it was 80 Vision. I have the DVD box set. And then I think I had the fan subs like maybe the first half of the show, and then I got the DVD box set, and then I was so stoked about watching the movie because I'm like, it's gonna have like an older Jean and Nadia, which it does, but I was hoping they'd be married and they would have like a child or something, and that would be so cool. you know, seeing them having a family together. And that was not the movie at all. They really, really freaking need to have a legitimate movie. Like 30 years since the movie, since the TV show, you know. There's her titties. That's great. There she is in the water. That's fantastic. Congratulations. So, there's Grandis. Oh my gosh, there's a lot to unpack. Oh my gosh. Who the freaking hell drew that? I mean, that's like retarded looking. What the even the hell? Whatever, man. Some poetry or something. Oh, there's a Nadia. Getting married. That's great. So yeah, I mentioned this on my if you don't look at it, it's stevethefish.net/stuff. I put like random stuff here. Oh, there's Ray from Evangelion, it looks like. Alright. It looks like it. Says Hime-san omedetou gozaimasu. Saramata. Maybe this was after Evangelion. What year did this come out? I wonder. What year was this? Neo-Atlantic Treaty Organization. Dude, there's no date on this. What the hell? Oh, it's in 93. 93. And then, so I guess this was before. So that can't be Ray, I guess. Ray was, well, it was in like 94, 95 or so. Gosh, there's a lot to unpack here. That's cute. That is so freaking cute. Damn, I love Nadia. Look at this. They're getting married. Happy wedding. Smoochies, smoochies. Oh man, this is making me want to rewatch the movie, or actually, the TV show. I did rewatch the movie just like within the past year, and I reminded myself how crappy it is. But dude, this is so cool. This is so freaking cool. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go through this whole thing. But anyhow, I think I'll probably put some scans and toss it on my Tumblr account, and then Blue Wish, written by Moriyama Marimo. Okay, this is like a little short story or something. Oh my gosh, that's bunch of fan art, I guess. I'd have to really spend some time to read all this, but look at King. King's all grown up. He's an actual lion now. That's so cool. I can't remember if Captain Nemo dies at the end of the show. It's been a few years actually. Damn, I need what the hell is this? Oh, this is the what's her name, Marty, getting married to the guy. You had to wait around for her to grow up, I guess. That was kind of weird, but yeah. Oh my, this is cool. I guess this is Grandis at their wedding. So cool. There's King. King has a baby now. Top hat for a lion. That's great. Oh my. And I don't know what this is. What's this about? I'm gonna spend some time. I'm not gonna try to read this on camera, but that is cool, man. That's cool. Nice. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. See, they have a family. That's great. That's like, of course, they got their daughter looks just like Nadia. And their son looks like Shane. You know, actually, in many cases, you know, leave a comment if you've ever noticed or not, but usually daughters kind of look like their fathers, and sons look like their mothers. think my sister looked more like my dad. I kind of looked like my dad more, I guess, but I don't know. My sister said I look like my mom more. But that really tends to happen. Boy, I'd like to spend some time and try to translate this. Where is that? What's going on here? They're at the beach. She's naked. Come and find me. Look at him. No. Oh my gosh. Nadia's giving birth to a baby. Oh my gosh, this is cool. She's first you look at this, she's like ha ha ha. You think they're having sex or something, but it's actually she's having a baby. That's cool. And then now she's got long hair now. That's kind of cool too, I guess. But I like short hair. Oh my gosh, this is cool. I don't know if this is like really all these like official or anything, but they really need to have like a follow-up sequel to this show. But they're just too busy with all the Evangelion stuff, and I'm not really too excited about that. Oh, look, what's this? Sakura Taisen. Doujin, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's all Sakura Taisen characters. Well, that's weird, though. This can't be 93, though. This must have been published sometime. Oh, yeah, here we go. 97. I don't know. Alright, maybe that was Ray that we saw after all. Freaking neat. Neat. Alright, well, that is it. That is really super damn cool. I got these really cool books. Okay, now this is by Mika Akitaka. Gundam Girls. Now, Mika is a girl's name, but this is actually a guy. I don't know why, but sometimes these manga artists and such, like if it's a guy, they'll just adopt a girl's pen name, like the Keroro Gunsel. What's his name? Mine, Yoshizaki Mine. So Mine is more of a girl's name. I'm just, what are you up to? I don't know. It's like, is that gender appropriation? I don't know, but whatever. So, you may recognize the artwork from Galaxy Fraulein Yuna, but he actually also did some Gundam designs and such. So here we have, like, what is this? See, there's the girl on the cover. It comes with a little mini poster, which I'm never going to take out. And, pert young girls in sailor outfits run around firing bazookas. The absurdity of this scenario is enough to cause a chuckle with almost anyone. Nevertheless, this combination of girls and hardware was incredibly popular with Japanese animation fans during the 1980s. This phenomenon was also, no doubt, the spark, which ultimately gave birth to the MS Girls. Okay, so basically, here's the V-Dash Gundam. That's cool. Here's the Victory Gundam. Neat stuff. I'm just gonna skip ahead, but here's the RX, the GPO one, and a GPO 2. Right, this is from Gundam 0083. It's pretty cool up until the end. It got kind of a bit weird. This is so cool. Now, I have a Gab account. I've been posting some of these images on there that I found, but this is just really freaking cool stuff. I love his artwork here. This is so cool. Look at that. This is just great. I got some black and white stuff here too. Yeah, this whole book is nothing but girls in Gundam armor. Freaking awesome. Really cool. And, oh, what's that? No, it's just a girl in a bathing suit. Whatever. Oh my shoot. Alright, so they got different stuff here. So this is one book and another one. Mobile Suit Girl. It's weird because like this one opens like the American, you know, the English way, and this one does the Japanese way. But then there's some overlap, I think, maybe between these two books. That is a really cool picture. That is really, it's kind of weird though. What the hell is going on there with her butt? Like the writing is on her leg or something, I don't know. Full Armor Gundam. Oh my gosh, this is cool. Wing Gundam. I don't even like Wing, but that is really cool looking. Right, the only Gundam designs I'd never cared for was like Age and was it G Gundam? I can't stand G Gundam. Apparently people who hate Gundam might like G Gundam, but I think they're stupid, so who cares? Just get away from me. Cool stuff. Very cool. Very cool. There's a GPO2 and GPO4. Oh my. And oh my cow, look at that. The Deep Striker. Is that not cool? How is that not cool? Look at that thing. That is fantastic, man. I don't know why they don't have... I think they had some toys, some figures of these, but never like model kits. And with all of this frame arms girls and these 30-minute girls or whatever they're called, and other stuff. I know Kotobuki makes a lot of that, and Bandai's getting into it. Bandai really needs to make kits of these with the posable girls and stuff. That would be so freaking cool. They really need to do that. Oh my gosh, that's cool. I like her skin tone. That's cool. Without the pink hair though, she needs to have black hair with that skin tone. That'd be great. But whatever. Nobody asks me. Oh, there's the Yakushiki girl. Double Zeta girl. This is so awesome, man. So yeah, you know, put this on your coffee table and you got guests over and say, hey, if you don't like Gundam, screw you. You got the Zeta 2. I had that, what was it, the fixed figuration. I bought it. It was the Zeta 2, and I thought it was so cool. And I was going to pose it in the fighter form, and halfway through transforming it, the dumb thing broke. Freaking weak. It was Bandai, and it was just... Shoot, I never bought another one of those again. I paid like maybe 6,000 yen for that. Bought it used, but still, you know, looked like it was in new condition, and I broke it. Busted right in half, and there's no way I could have fixed it. So there's a 7-Eleven girl. I don't remember that. That's cool though. And I think towards the back there's a Victory Gundam. I think in the back they just got like girls with like Gundam dresses. Yeah, here they are. Look at that. That's cool. That is really cool. So she's got coffee. This chick, she's got what is that? Some pastry or something. This chick has a hamburger. Whatever, man. That's cool. Kinda. Psycho Gundam. Oh my. That's cool. Look at that. Oh my. That's really neat. So yeah, neat crap, guys. Really cool. Neat. Now this is a regular doujin. This is Bolt On, and it is apparently it's an original fantasy manga. Got a girl with a sword. That's always cool, right? It's kind of scantily clad girls with swords are always great. Is this the same girl? I don't know, but the mangaka is calls him or herself Ocha. Okay. So I saw this on Yaj, or sorry, Yahoo Auctions Japan, and I thought it was kind of cool looking. So, oh, okay. Yeah, it says it's oh, yeah. やっぱり同人誌をやってる。じゃあ自分だけ。Yeah, so this is just a person by himself or herself, whatever. And it's a full comic here. So, pretty cool. So, there's like several different stuff going on here. We got like science fiction on this here, and this is D Out, which is the fantasy girl we see on the cover here. So some girl with a demon sword killing demons and doing stuff, and she's pretty cool. Whatever. Little sexy time, I see. And pretty cool artwork, I think. I mean, it's pretty decent. And check it out, there's Pat Labor. And yeah, this is to clean, right? Nothing really racy or anything. But it's a little bit racy right there, but who cares? It's there's nothing like really naughty or anything. Yeah, it's sexy, but it's not like, you know, raunchy or anything. And what else? So that's a nice dress. That's pretty cute. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, we got these mecha here. I don't recognize this. What is that from? Oh, I don't know. But towards the end, though, there will be some stuff that you will recognize. My characters. Links. That's this girl's. Okay, so spelling out the characters in the manga here. And it kind of looks like Lum, but it's actually not. Now here, this is like more of a science fiction manga in the back here. Very Bubblegum Crisis inspired, it looks like. And speaking of which, check it out. Here's a fan art of Anise Farm. That's really cool. Right? And here's Pris from Bubblegum Crisis. And Sylvie. That is nice. That's really cool. And again, here's the characters. So, is that Dragon Half? I think so, maybe. So, yeah, cool stuff, huh? Yeah, I got this. It wasn't so bad. Actually, I had a coupon I used to get this. So, yeah, neat stuff.
I feel plastic. Hey, hey, hey.
Alright, so as you may know, E2046, or as I like to call it, Ed209, is a recaster. And the deal is, like, if you pay for a kit that is like in, you know, pre-order status, they will accept pre-orders until they reach like a certain threshold, and then once they reach that threshold, that quota, then they'll cast the kits in resin. Until then, though, you have no idea how long it's going to take, and if it's not a very popular kit, then good luck. Well, I had pre-order for recast of this kit here, and it's been like 2.5 years, and like that's a long time to wait, right? And so I canceled it, and I bid on this, and actually it was a buy it now on Yahoo Auctions Japan. Well, so this is oh, it's by P Unit. See, I keep thinking that this was a Kotobukiya, but it's not. Alright, so this is Lei Fang from Dead or Alive 2. So this is, it's over 20 years old by now, alright? This came out on the Dreamcast, right? I played Dead or Alive 2 in an arcade in Shinjuku. It's like almost 22 years ago, golly. And, well, anyhow, let's just look at this lovely kit. So what really impressed me was the sculpting on this. And incidentally, my friend Gary, he had this kit until unfortunately his storage unit situation fell through. And he says it's a really nicely sculpted kit, and as you can see here, right, so she's wearing her Chinese dress, and she's rocking the braless and flawless look here, and the way that the sculpting captures that is they seem to do that really good job with that. And he said that they were decals, but apparently I don't think so. However, I found some Chinese designs. I think maybe this is what he's thinking of. I found some Chinese floral design patterns and stuff. There's supposed to be like a peacock pattern, perhaps, with this. And what scale is this? But yeah, I'm gonna print out. It doesn't. Oh, it's 1/6 scale. All right, that's a pretty decent size. Very decent size. So look at that. Look at that. That is beautiful, man. Those are some beautiful titties. Titties. Oh my gosh. All right, let's take this off here. Don't need that. All right. So you may be thinking, wow, that's a mini skirt. No, it's not. So here's the deal. Look, fat. Here's the deal. You want to do some push-ups? All right, check this out. So you have the sides of her dress. Oh, these are. Ooh, this is nice and thin. Nice. That's nice. Look at that. It even like accounts for like the indentation from her belly button here. Unfortunately, well, I don't know. Why don't we have any VPL, right? Visible panty line. I don't see any here at all. I'm kind of surprised they don't do that. But then again, I mean, what's this? It looks like panties to me, but maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she's going commando. And they didn't quite sculpt her groin area, maybe, perhaps. Well, so what I would have to do is paint this. And this is supposed to go here, isn't it? It doesn't seem to really fit very well. Yeah, maybe so. I think perhaps I could warm this up a little bit. I imagine maybe I need to kind of stretch this out a little bit or something. I don't know. There's her fabulous ass there. That's pretty great. Heck, maybe she is going commando. I mean, okay, I'm cool with that. You know, that's great and all. So the problem here, though, guys, is that, you know, this seems to fit a little bit better. I think I just need to just kind of warm this up, stretch it out a little bit. Anyhow, as I was saying, paint, right? Without these, get the flesh tone going here, okay? Then I would have to attach this, and there's no way I can magnetize this. I mean, this is not getting magnetized. I will just have to carefully glue this, right? Mask off. I need to paint the inside here, all right? Then attach, then, you know, putty and do all that sort of stuff to hide the seam line. Then totally. Now it's got to be pretty tight enough. That would be great. And then down here, maybe I'll put some paper or something or other underneath there. Slide it underneath there, and you know, to as masking. But yeah, that is super nice. All right. Let's see how much would be. Yeah, not much visible here. All right. So yeah, look at the way that the dress just clings to her body. That is just really cool how they pulled this off. Isn't that great? Of course it is. Shut up. Now, and there's no, I mean, did the previous owner work on this at all? No, I guess there is a bit of a seam line here. It's just this is like all one solid piece here. And this P-unit company, which probably don't exist anymore. They died about the same time as your father. P-unit knew my father? I told you not to talk about it. Gosh, what's going on here, guys? Hey, now there she is. That's the Lei Fang that we know. Gosh, yeah, dead or alive, man. I played like the PlayStation game first. Yeah, oh, look at that. Look at that. So now I'm gonna have to work on this a little bit, kind of smooth in. Like you see her armpit, a bit of a. I don't know. You know what though? I could very, very easily. I mean, I'd paint this separately, right? And then I could maybe just hand paint that or something or other, right? I don't know. Let's see how the other arm joint fits. See, now this is a much cleaner. Yeah. See, I'm gonna have to clean that up there. Oh my gosh, I want to start on this right away, guys. And yeah, and there's a bit of a line here. All right, see that? All right. Well, how does it look on the back? See that? That's great. This is great. So yeah, they just glue these in place, and it's nice that they have these locator guides here. It's just that looks kind of weird. I mean, I'll try to putty, and I might have to hand paint that. Although heck, I mean, she's Chinese, right? Chinese girls don't shave their armpits. Maybe I'll just do that way. That's the way I can hide that or something. I don't know. Oh, this is great, but this is very tight. I have to make sure that, well, if it scrapes, maybe it's okay. Maybe that's okay. And then she's got her braids here. Let's take a look at this. So she has like these really tight braids. Right? So she's got like these cool Chinese braids here. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. This is exquisite. Oh my god. That is cute, man. That is very cute. Very, very freaking cute, guys. Yeah. Very nice. So, definitely do a bit of pre-shading here. Probably, yeah, like I said before, do the flesh tone. Mask this off, do her hair. Alright, do a bit of filing here. But man, oh man, this is really great. So it's got this indentation on her breast here. That's where her hand is going here. So yeah, and she's got her fun buttons peeking out from underneath there. Just the way that this dress clings to her body is just really, really very fantastic molding. So there you go. There you go, guys. Yeah, it's kind of weird how that... Yeah, I have to work on some of these seams and stuff, but for the most part, there's really not a lot of seam lines. It looks like you got it on the inside here, but on the outside, this is very smooth. I'm kind of surprised. So, very cool. Yeah, and then now that I have this kit, I know what the size and, you know, the dimensions of this is. Then that way I will know how to print out that on some clear decal paper and have a good time with that. So heck, oh my gosh, you know, I was thinking about actually I have been doing the Nadia soft bee kits. I've been working on those a little bit, right? Like here's one of the legs here. I've been working on that. I haven't been doing many videos lately, but I have been slowly working on a few things, and this is going to look really awesome. anyhow, yeah, look forward to this, hopefully sometime soon. Again, the company is called P Unit. Whatever. So when my friend Lou came to stay with me, had him mule a bunch of stuff from America. So my friend Gary, he had ordered some stuff for me a few years ago, and with all of this shipping nonsense and this, you know, let's pretend to be scared of coronavirus, all that crap, things kind of got wonky. As a result, he just kind of held off on shipping some stuff to me. I had asked him to send some stuff my way via Shapeways, and the thing with Shapeways is they charge like an arm and a leg to ship to Japan. They don't use the postal service. They use probably like, I don't know, something else. As a result, this is like, I don't want to pay like $40 or $50 shipping for like these tiny little lightweight things. Well, what you're seeing here are the docking rings for the Millennium Falcon for the Bandai kit. And I think it's, what's his name on Shapeways? I don't know. I'll display it on the screen if I remember. Anyhow, these are like movie accurate to, at least to A New Hope, Star Wars. And I was under the mistaken impression that these were like symmetrical, but apparently not. I imagine this is probably the starboard side, because it's like maybe the ramp goes here. I don't know. So yeah, here are the docking rings. So the Millennium Falcon that I have is from Force Awakens, and so it has that square radar dish. Anyhow, here we go. Here's a round radar dish, and then later they came out with the what's it called, the last temptation of Skywalker or whatever it's called. I don't know, bullshit, freaking whatever, I don't know what it's called. And so yeah, I did not buy that kit. Maybe I could have, but here we go. Check it out, guys. Now this is pretty much plug and play. Now I found the best way to take care of this is to rinse this off with acetone, because it has like this weird coating to this, and you want to use some acetone, and it doesn't damage it like it would like polystyrene, which is what plastic model kits are made of. It doesn't harm this stuff. Okay, so yeah. This is how I can get like a real accurate. Now I think they had, like, starting with Last Jedi, I think they had redone like the sidewalls on the Falcon, the piping and stuff to make it look better. Yeah, I guess the best way, if you haven't bought one, the best one to get of the Bandai would be to get the Skywalker Arises, or whatever, the episode 9. I don't even want to think about what that dumb movie's called. I'm just not going to watch it. Anyhow, get that one, because it has a round radar dish, and it has the better sidewalls, and it still comes with the Han and Chewie, so you can, you know, paint up Han to be wearing like his Empire Strikes Back jacket or something like that if you want to, and have a nice time. So yeah, that would be the one to get if you do not already have one. My local hobby shop had one for quite a while, but I'm like, you know, dang, geez, you know, I've got this that my dear friend Gary had made, or that he bought for me. So yeah, he gave me this. Now, and you guys are gonna be so jealous. Now I have that Battlestar Galactica. Now I have not made any progress on it in a while. Incidentally, I even have the breadboard here. It's kind of messed up still. I need to probably talk with my friend Joey. Haven't heard from him in a while. I'll have to reach out to him. Anyhow, my friend Gary, he's helped me out, like with the snow speeder. Like he did the Minmay, you know, he did her panties and stuff for that figure I completed earlier this year. he has done so many cool things, okay? And this is one of them. The mad lad, he designed these. Let's see if I can zoom in. These are so intricate here. These are resin colonial vipers. These are so tiny. Now what I'm gonna do is, oh god, look at these. He is so incredibly talented, and it's unfortunate that he's just wasting his life away with a crappy job, working for a crappy, breaking his back. He's so talented, but everything is digital now. They don't make any use for people with, who can hand carve stuff. But I'm going to recast these little guys in clear so that I can hopefully maybe run a little bit like a fiber optics through here, and hopefully I can make it so that it looks like I'm going to have some vipers coming in for a landing, at least one of them. If I can get it cast and clear, that would be so cool. But yeah, this is just, he even made the laser blasters and everything. It looks like one's no, it's not busted off, dude. That is so cool. So he's been at least getting into a little bit of 3D printing. He's got a friend who runs a 3D printing business, so he's been working part-time for him. And he has a 3D printer. And, that's right. Yeah, so he sent me this. This is frickin' Michael Knight, David Hasselhoff figure here. It's got the head, it's got pants, and a choice of 2 torsos. Right, so he's got, like, here, it just plugs right in, more or less. Here's his pants and his jacket. Looks like I'll have to work on that. And here's his head. When I first saw this, I'm like, what is this, Napoleon Dynamite? Because, it's got the hair like that. But no, it's Michael Knight. And check it out. You put this torso on him. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is like 24 scale to go with my Knight Rider car. I don't know, but see, he's got his wristwatch communicator. He's talking to Kit. That is so cool. Yeah, so he sent me this. Pretty badass, I have to say. That's really cool. And, oh my gosh, guys. He sent me, and we were looking at the sculptor, and this is, I think it was free. I don't know what website it's from, I forget. But now here we have the base. I'll have to clean this up. He printed this in like this really dark blue, like navy blue resin. And this is Lin Min Mei. Now she's wearing a dress that's a little bit like similar to the Macross the First, which was Haruhiku Mikimoto manga, which is really great. And it's like a retelling of the TV series, but with like the visuals of the movie. And she wears a dress kind of similar to this, but not quite. And this is like really open, she's rocking the side boobs here. It might be hard to tell with this this dark color here, but she's got the Chinese hair dress, the buns and everything. That's really great. So it's like totally bare back here, okay? So at least I can paint it like this, and then I'll probably just hand paint the dress or whatever. Now, if you look at the actual file, like she's pretty much she's Nopon, right? She's going commando with this dress here. Unfortunately, it would have been nice if this dress, or at least this leg, could have been removable. As it is, it's going to be a little bit difficult to paint. Unfortunately, I would have really liked to see this with a removable leg, but yeah, she's got the typical Chinese high leg, but with like this wrap that goes around over her bust here. Super sexy. It's so small that I can't paint anime eyes like that. I didn't know he was going to send one so small. I know a guy here who has a 3D printer. It'd be so cool to at least build this in, like, I'm guessing this is probably about 20th scale that he did this in. I would like to see this in, like, in a 12th scale at least, or maybe, I don't know, 1/6 scale would be too much to ask for, maybe. But it's a really cool outfit she's got here. Really, really cute. And you can see where he's removed the injection pins and such. So yeah, this is the modeling stuff that I got from my friend Gary via Lou, who came to stay with me. Very, very cool. This has been like Christmas in November. I offered to send a bunch of crap, modeling stuff, supplies and junk, paints and such, to my my friend Franco in California, and he offered to get this for me in response as a thank you. Now, this is a kit that I've been wanting to get, and I've had, like, okay, I have the Enterprise refit, 2 of them actually. I got the smoothie plus the one with the crappy fake Aztec engraving on it. I have the C and the D, and now here this is E. Now, I had a friend that drugged me to go see these movies, except for the very last one. I saw First Contact, and I saw the one with that Fountain of Youth Planet, or whatever the hell that was called, and I never did see the very final one. I didn't really care for the Next Generation movies at all, but I always thought this was such a fantastically awesome looking Enterprise design that, you know, even though I'm not a fan of the movies, I just think this is really great. So he got this for me, and I'm surprised. I thought this was like maybe like used, but it's still shrink wrapped. I don't know if I want to open this yet. I mean, I kind of do, because I want to look at it. I'm gonna hold off on it. I don't know. Man, forget it. I'll just go ahead and do it. What the hell? We're all gonna die of starvation if the World Economic Forum gets their way anyways, right? Oh my gosh. Well, here we go. Let's take a look inside. This is the Enterprise E. And, yeah, really cool. Hopefully it has nice, clear parts and everything for the engines and such. Oh, this is coming apart here. Yeah. See, it's coming apart here. That's not good. Alright. Clear. Here's the curve. Yep, it does have nice clear parts. And, gosh, yeah, you'd have to drill all those windows out for lighting and such, right? Golly, that's cool. That is really super cool. And I'm definitely not going to take these out of the bag, though, for now, at least. And I imagine these are part of the decals. And interesting choice of color. It doesn't look like it's yellowed so much. It's just, that's just the way it is, maybe? I don't know. And here we go. So, hopefully it comes together. I've never actually watched anybody's builds on this. So he got this from Cult TV, man. So, yeah, actually I met Steve Iverson at the Wonder Festival in 2016. And I followed him on Twitter, and gosh, he was so excited about Biden becoming president. Well, I hope that works out for you now, Steve. How much are you paying for gas, huh? How much of your tax dollars are going to Ukraine? For me, I don't pay taxes to the United States because I live in Japan. However, I'm sure The Japanese government is happy to pay lots of money to those frickin' genocidal Nazis in Ukraine. So he actually also got me a Tenna Controls navigation board. It's just for apparently the Enterprise E. So this is good to go here. Golly, I mean, what's my excuse not to build this? Oh yeah, that's right. I need to finish that Katinga first, and I need to also figure out where I'm gonna put large kits and find out where I'm gonna find the room to put them. And he got the photo etch for this as well for me. So thank you so much, Franco. Oh my gosh, and he gave a lot of those Trader Joe's cheesy poof things for my wife, because I told him that she really liked those that he sent last time, the last package he sent me, and now she has so much of that stuff, it's crazy. And here I am, I'm actually cutting way back on snacks myself, but anyhow, this is the Enterprise E, so neat stuff. Thanks, Franco. Well, I missed out on my chance to get some Odysee Yatsura Meiji almond products at Lawson Station. That kind of sucked. I didn't know about it until like the last day and they were already sold out. Oh well. But here's Spy Family. They had another one too. But I think it was like pistachios. I'm not really into pistachios, so I gave that one a pass. It's the same, chocolate covered almonds. Now, it's expensive though. I mean, I paid like 630 yen or something rather for these. The deal is, it comes with a magnet sheet. So let's see what this is all about. All right. There's not very many new anime that come along that really grabs my attention at all. I'm just an old fart, I guess. I'm 46 years old, and I think most anime these days kind of sucked. The big, huge, Kimetsu no Yaiba, which they translated to, not Demon Sword, what they call it. Demon Slayer, Demon Slayer is what they called it. Didn't care for it. It was just a bunch of shonen manga type tropes, right? And it's just, I didn't really care for it a whole lot, but my daughter liked it. But I think it was hugely popular. Now it's just kind of burned out. Anyhow, Spy Family's rather charming, and I like it. It's really cute. Look into it. I really recommend getting it, or not getting it, but watching it, giving it a watch. All right, well, let's take a look here. Let's open this up. We're gonna go out for dinner. I'm gonna go get some sushi tonight, so I'm not gonna. I might have one. I don't know. Let's just open this up here. Oh, here we go. And cool. Look, it's a magnet. It's a magnet. So in here, it's just typical almonds, right? Nothing's special about that. But here is magnets. Isn't that great? Cool. I can put this on the refrigerator. Let me get close here for you to see. Alright. I forget the father's name. He's not even a father. Anyhow, just it's a cute show. You gotta see it. They're a fake family. Hopefully they're gonna end up, because the little girl, she's really cute. It's like the father's a spy, the mom's an assassin, and the little girl is she's a telepath, or and she's got like ESP, she can read people's minds. And there we go. What's the difference? I don't know. Cacao. What? It smells more? I don't know. Ecuador. Oh, okay, well, it's just made in Ecuador. Like, I even care. I mean, whatever. Okay, just different type of chocolate, apparently. And So here's the Yor, right? She's got sexy tits, and that's great. Boobies are nice. And so here we go. Cool. Look at these. I'm gonna put these on the refrigerator right now. Teddish. So, on the nerd shopping trip, what did I buy? Alright, so on Friday I went to Book Off Super Bazaar in Ota City, as well as Book Off in Ashikaga, right? So the first, well actually the Book Off I went to first, that was Ashikaga in Tochigi Prefecture, and then Ota was where the Super Bazaar Book Off. Now I only recently learned about this location in Ota, and that is in Gunma Prefecture. And then on Saturday went all the way around Utsunomiya in the eastern section of Tochigi Prefecture, and then on Sunday went to Mandai in Isesaki, and a Book Off Plus as well. Well, one thing I got, I really didn't buy much for myself. I did get some stuff for my daughter for her birthday, or I'm sorry, her Christmas coming up. Noodle stopper figure. I don't know what a noodle stopper is. Are you gonna explain what a noodle stopper is? I don't know, but this is Fate Grand Order. Alright, this is Saber Nero in a bikini, and it comes with this sword, but I think it looks better without the sword. I've got her perched on my computer desk here on the edge. So she's got this sexy bikini, and I did that little super deformed version of her with this bikini, same bikini. So you can see her butt's flat, so she sits, let me show you here. Right, so alright, she sits comfy here on the edge of something. So, yeah, pretty cool bikini. She's got the under boob action going. It's pretty nice. And these little things here just kind of, you know, hang off the side. She's got these cute pigtails. And what's this? Some dirt or something rather. Yeah, I got most of it off already. Yeah, probably just something was rubbing against her. Some, I don't know. Yeah, it's mostly cleared off now. That's great. So yeah, Nero Claudius. So yeah, fun stuff here. Something else I got is you know, my backpack is full of buttons, just covered in buttons because I'm a freak like that. Well, I got this at Mandai in Isesaki. I'm not an Evangelion fan, and as I mentioned earlier in this video, I don't really care for Evangelion, but Sadamoto's art, I mean, I love his characters. And this is Rei, Asuka, and Mari on one button, and it just came as a set. So here's another one of just Rei. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I would love it, like, if I could find like a button of Nadia. I mean, that's the one show that, seriously, I've been marathoning it this weekend. I've been like, I'm up to like I'm pretty close to finishing the second DVD. I can't really marathon anime very much, but Nadia, heck yeah. I mean, it's so cool. I love that show. It's probably one of my favorites. I mean, I discovered it, you know, years after Bubblegum Crisis, and I had known about it, but what was that? Streamline Pictures. They had like the first 10 episodes or so that they dubbed in English, and that was it. So, you know, whatever. Then what's it called? 80 Vision. That's the DVD I got. Do want to get the Blu-ray though. Hopefully they cleared up the colors and make it more vibrant and vivid looking, right? So yeah, this is cool. Here we go. Let me zoom in here, I guess. Cute little buttons here. Focus, Daniel-san. Focus. Focus, Daniel-san. There we go. Now it's focused. Pretty cute. Pretty cute. Alright, so my friend brought me a whole bunch of neat ass crap. I just, like, it's enough to make me want to scream. It's like, oh my gosh, you got so much neat crap. Yeah, it's like Christmas. Now, he did get me a bunch of stuff that I purchased for myself, and I just had it shipped to him because the seller either did not ship to Japan, or perhaps it was way too expensive to ship to Japan. And now this is something he got for me. This is really, really cool. Alright, so this is a Super Nintendo. Alright, this is what we have in North America. There. This is a Hallmark Christmas ornament. And it's got the little controllers attached. So they got rid of like the red, yellow, green, blue buttons, and they just do like 2 shades of blue. And it's kind of dumb because some games kind of depend on the different colors. But if you switch it on, I've never actually played Super Mario World, I gotta admit. Even though I was a huge Super Nintendo / Super Famicom fan for the longest time, and I still am, right? But I even, started my own Super Famicom import gaming page for my homepage. I've never been a Mario fan. I've always liked Sonic better. Well, it's a good thing because, so this was the 2021 Hallmark ornament. 2022, it is the Genesis / Mega Drive. Oh my gosh. Check this out. So, when you switch it on, you can see it's got the Sonic the Hedgehog here. Pretty cool, huh? It plays the whole thing all the way to like at the end. Freaking cool. It's so loud. Really, really, really loud. And this is something he gave me that I was like, oh my gosh, this is cool. It's a Sega sound key holder. I have yet to open this up. This is my first time opening up. So, come on, let's yank this out here. Come on. Oh, it's taped. You son of a motherless goat. Get out of there. There we go. Yep, as I expected. Pull the little plastic thing out to release the battery contact. Now if I push this button, Sega. That is the Sega Saturn boot up. Sonic ring. That's nice. So we just did 4 here. It's apparently random. Back to the Saturn. How is that not cool? But my neighbor probably doesn't like it though. You can probably hear it. It's pretty loud. My neighbor's kind of a jerk though. I don't know what his problem is. We try to say hi to them, but half the time they just ignore us. But maybe because I make too much noise. I don't know. It's kind of a weird family, but whatever. You didn't click on this video just to listen to me gossip about my crazy neighbors. Now, he muled some stuff from my friend Brian. And he gave me this. This is Xevious. Super Xevious. Oh my gosh. And that is new. That is new. Alright, Solvaloo. Yeah, I've never played this Super Xevious, I don't think. I don't know. But check this out. This is like in pristine condition also, by the way. Oh my gosh, this is I've never had a Famicom. When I was a kid, I had an Atari 7800. My friends had Nintendo NESs. I never did. So I'd go to their house and play, right? And look at that shiny, shiny gold cartridge. That is beautiful. The only downside is it collects thumb fingerprints really easily. But this is in such fantastic condition. It's amazing. So amazing. Now, my friend Brian has sent me some other stuff. I don't know how much of it I'm going to show, but this is all gaming stuff. It's all retro gaming. This video is going to have a whole lot of retro gaming, I'm telling you. He gave me this. This is Snatcher. It's a CD romantic pilot disc. I mean, Snatcher, if I've featured it on this video, my update videos before. Very Blade Runner inspired. What's his name? From Konami, who did Metal Gear games. This is his game, right? And this was actually ported to the Sega CD in North America in English. And he also sent me Dead or Alive on the Saturn. Now this actually, I already have this game. Alright, but this is different. It has like this collector's sleeve. So this is what the standard release is like. This is the one I have, but I've never had this. It comes with this neat little booklet. And it has some cool character designs. Like, look at Kasumi and Lei Fang. They look totally different than in the game. Here's Jan Lee having a cigarette, right? Tina, no, actually this costume is in the game. Genfu, he looks more like a Master Roshi from Dragon Ball. that outfit. And then I burped. What the hell? So yeah, this is all the crap from my friend Brian. Now Lou, he gave me some stuff. Brian gave me some other stuff. I'm not gonna show you it all. Lou gave me this. Chodenki Robo Barukaiser. I actually already have this on Steam, but for some reason it doesn't show up on my actual computer menu. Now this is for the Dreamcast, right? You can even see right there. Yeah, it's a Dreamcast port of this game. I'll have to fire up Steam again. I mean, I don't know. I need to get my. I still have that Fatal Fury Mark of the Wolves game. I bought that, I think, earlier this year sometime. I still haven't gotten around to playing it yet on my Dreamcast. I need to kick my wife off the TV more often, I guess. We're getting along pretty well these days, though, so I guess I can't complain too much. Man, this is like brand new, right? So, yeah, the home dev scene is very strong with Sega. Now, this is FX Unit Yuki. And for some dumb reason, they forgot to put the actual name of the game on the front of the cover, but it's on here. Now, this is a Mega Drive. I guess this will play on either a Genesis or a Mega Drive. I don't know. Now, I have actually downloaded the ROM for the PC Engine CD, and look at that. That's totally aping the Ease cover. FX Unit Yuki, the Henshin engine. So it's full of like tongue-in-cheek references to tons of retro gaming stuff. I don't know if they modified this to be more heavily referencing Mega Drive games, because the one I've played, it has a lot of references and callbacks to the TurboGrafx / PC Engine games. Like there's a level that was very inspired by Castlevania. There's another one that's inspired by Cotton. What's this? That looks pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, it's just amazing. These old consoles, people are still making these these great home ports for. Unfortunately, like S-video inputs on TVs, they don't make them anymore. And my parents, my in-laws, they had a really great TV, better than the one we have. And the Blu-ray player was like, it was like on the side of the TV. It plugs into the side. It would play like vertical. The Blu-rays would slide into it. Stopped working, and so they just tossed out that TV in the trash. And I'm like, shit, I wanted that TV. I should have told them that. But yeah, they just got rid of it. Just got rid of it. Welcome to Japan. Perfectly functioning, beautiful screen and everything, and they just tossed it. They probably didn't even try to sell it or anything. They just probably just put it on the, you know, for a trash pickup or something around there. That's what happens in Japan. It's really, really, really sad and disgusting, but that's what happens. Now I'm going to show you like the really, really big surprise. This is really cool. Well, this is a completely unexpected surprise. My friend Lou, he gave me a PC Engine Mini. Big surprise. It was like, it's like basically, this month has been like Christmas early, you know, November. So, this is the PC Engine Mini, otherwise known as the TurboGrafx 16. Unlike the Mega Drive Mini, which will, depending on you set the OS to English or Japanese, it'll change the games that way. This one has like a set number of games that are TurboGrafx and a set number that are Japanese. So like some of them are the same, like Dungeon Explorer is the same thing, right? You get the game in Japanese or in English. Sorry. Oh, corona, I'm gonna die. Also, like, what is it called? Was it Newtopia? Or is it? I think it's Newtopia 1 and 2. You can actually play it in both English or in Japanese. Yeah, so here's Newtopia 2, and then the first Newtopia is right here. And they have them in Japanese here as well. But like if you want to play Gunhead, you're going to have to switch to English and then play Blazing Lasers, because they don't have Gunhead on here. You know, whatever. Don't ask me why. But it's got the Valkyrie Densetsu. That's really cool. They got Dragon Spirit. What a freaking cool. And Galaga 88. Holy crap. Now that was called Galaga 90 in North America on the TurboGrafx. Well, let's open this up. I have not opened this up yet. So this is a brand new. And wow. Gosh darn it. Ah, well. Here it is. And actually, this is not actually much different in size than the original. I mean, the original PC Engine is pretty small. Here is the controller, and you're just gonna get the 2-player. Yeah, and you're not getting the auto fire switches, unfortunately. But yeah, here we go. And then this is for the power. And then I don't know what this is. Oh my gosh, what is it? Oh, this is the HDMI cable. Yeah, I don't need that. I already have one. So, cool. Switch power on like that. So, yeah, of course, you know, I had the Hue cards that went in here. And, oh, there's 2 controllers here. Oh, that's cool. Extension bus. Oh. That's gotta just stay off. HDMI out, and then the power. And it's actually made by Konami, so Konami actually did something right for a change. They are not anywhere close to the way they used to be in the glory days, but you know, whatever. So yeah, PC Engine Mini, swanky. I'm gonna go play it right now. Try to stop me. Yeah. One more thing I got for myself. This is a pen called Kurotoga, and it's like a special type of sharp-looking pen. And it's not a... See, right, there's my imaginary girlfriend right there. And it has... On the design, so you have like the blue water. And on the back side, it's kind of hard to see it, but you can see it here. It's got like... it's got Nadia's hair clips. It's got the blue water. It's got her her gold necklaces. It's got Jean's glasses and his airplane and the bow tie from the two henchmen guys, right? Samson and Hansen. This is so cool, and I know that if I take this thing out, this beautiful package is going to go to waste. I'm just going to pin this to the wall, and if you don't like it, you know, eat my shorts. But it's just so cool, I'm just going to decorate my wall with it. I'm not going to ever use this pen. Yeah. Alright, so this is, these are both by Hasegawa. First up, in January, there's a 1/12 resin Alphine figure by, you know, that's from Crusher Joe. That is really cool. Also, in February, as I expected, there is going to be a new Rigault battle pod from Macross variant. I was thinking maybe it was going to be the heavy missile launcher, but no, this one is the scout pod, which is also pretty cool. Alright, a week has gone by since I recorded the first part of this video. This has been a rather interesting week. I've had somebody on my mind for quite a while now, and someone who was really dear to me, and this is back from my college days, and I've just been thinking a lot about those days. Now, when I was a junior, or maybe no, I was a sophomore in high school, you know, Aristotle had said the unobserved life is not worth living, and that kind of had an effect on me. And at the time, I was, you know, I wrote like poems because I was all sensitive and shit. I thought that, you know, I was really desperate to express myself, and I thought maybe girls would like that or something. And I wanted to just be able to write just freely, just my ideas, my thoughts, and, you know, what I had done or whatever. Not really so much a diary, because diaries are like, you know, every single day you write something, and this is just something just free, you know, write whenever I want to. So that's what I started to do. My mom got me a journal, and I began writing, and it's funny because, like, just a couple of years ago I was thinking maybe I was just going to burn all these books, and to be honest, I've continued to write. I've kept these journals. I'm on like volume 21 now, and for I think just the malaise of all of this COVID stuff, I just stopped for a year. And especially it was a couple of years ago when somebody had tried to, a classmate apparently had tried to poison my daughter with chlorine or something. I don't know if I ever mentioned that on my channel before, but yeah, it was pretty serious. I just didn't want to write anything at that time. I was just kind of just, you know, just spacing out, I guess. Just every week just became just a blur. And but anyhow, though, when I was in high school, I wrote this stuff, and to give you a background, I would never have even thought I'd be doing something like this. You know, back then I didn't even know about the internet. When I was in high school, I used BBSs, and those were pretty fun. That's how I kind of communicated. So I was a painfully shy loner when I was in high school. Let me get that Strider behind me there. Strider's cool. Alright, so I was just a total loner in high school. Didn't really have many friends. There was one girl that I became like really smitten with, and she had like this really goofy, crazy sense of humor, and I was just really infatuated with her, but she never considered me as more of a friend. And these fickle girls, they just like to collect the affections of boys like it's some sort of hobby to them. And then by my senior year of high school, there was another girl who went to a different school, but I knew her from those BBSs, and I met her at a park, and I thought she was cool because she didn't shave her legs, and we liked a lot of the same music, right? So she would come over to my place and watch anime with me and such, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this girl's so cool, but we just weren't on the same page. And even though she was getting like really snuggly with me, she was still like, oh, we're just friends, and like giving me all these mixed signals. And turns out she was a vegan, and it was just a big mess. And so coming out of high school and into college, I was just wistfully melancholic, and I don't know if I would have ever had been diagnosed as like officially clinically depressed, mostly just because I kept it to myself. I mean, I did talk to my parents about stuff I was concerned about, but I hated myself. I was my own worst enemy, and I completely, if there was a girl who paid attention to me, I would convince myself, oh, she feels sorry for you, Greg. She doesn't like you. She just feels sorry for you, and all that sort of stuff. And I just beat myself up all the time. I hated myself. I didn't know how to talk to girls. Like I was obviously really girl crazy, and but at the same time, I was like completely scared to death of girls. And so I've been reading, like, this is like, which one is this? This is like volume 4, right? This is like, there was one before this where I started with college. Then I got to this one. Some of this stuff is pretty funny, like, where is this one? I put a little bookmark here. All right, Sunday, March 24th. This is 1996. Last night I had a dream that I was worked at a hospital, and I was participating in an abdominal surgery on Sailor Mercury, and it was my job to shave the patient. God, I need help. I would write about like my crazy dreams and stuff, and like here, April 2nd, I feel an overwhelming sense of peace right now, listening to beautiful piano music, watching my beautiful fish, Steve, swim around in his meditative tank, absorbed in the warm red glow of my Japanese lantern, and the cool blue glow of my neon telephone. I look around my room and at myself and enjoy who I am. I respect myself. There are so many things that I want to share with others. I feel at peace. And this is like the evolution of my character. And yeah, this is, I'm writing about my fish named Steve that I had in college. And it's where I named my website after, right? And then my YouTube channel is named after my website, of course, because this is an extension of my website. Just this past week, I have just been absorbed in this, into the attitudes and the emotions of my teenage version of myself. Well, starting at like 18, right, when I was like my first freshman year of college, and I could see the evolution of how I progressed, and that year there in '97, I'm sorry, '96. So I met this one girl named Juliet, and I was completely smitten with her, and I knew that she liked me, and she was really pretty, and she wore glasses, and I met her at church, and we kind of dated, but then she dropped a bomb on me and said that, I'm sorry, but I'm still in love with somebody else, and she admitted that I treated her way better than he did. And I got some really bad advice from my dad. He's like, you just be patient. She's probably a diamond in the rough, and she might be worth waiting for. I should have just said, I'm sorry. If she's the type of girl who would rather, she can't cut off her emotions away from a guy who had put her on hold and was kind of mean to her, then she's not worth my time, right? I was naive. I just, whatever. So I followed my dad's advice, and then continued to date her. And then her little sister, because I called, because I couldn't get a hold of her for quite a while, and then her sister answered the phone, and she was pissed off by the way I was being treated, and she said that, my sister has a boyfriend. She's had a boyfriend the whole time, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what? And I was just like, so pissed off about that. And but I did have some friends to commiserate with, right? But I hated myself so much, and just my self-esteem was just crushed, even further than it was before. But then at the same time, though, like I know there was another girl who was really kind to me, and that girl Juliet was jealous because she saw me with this other girl Lisa sometimes talking with her. And it's funny because like she had a boyfriend the whole time, but yeah, she was jealous if she saw me talking to somebody else, being friendly or whatever. But in those years, I could see just by reading this, it's like a time slip. It's kind of like almost like a virtual reality kind of a thing. And I could see myself evolving as a person, from hating myself to growing to appreciate myself more. And all of the depression, and I mean, I know like I have one friend has like actual like big diagnosed with depression, and I don't want to trivialize anybody who's depressed, like diagnosed depression, because I never was. But I mean, I would say I was depressed. I don't know. Your definition may vary, I guess. Anyhow, what I'm saying is that I just went from just being just this painfully shy, socially awkward kid who didn't know how to talk to girls, but yet wanted to, but didn't know how, and just steadily progressed. And during that time, like right after it was my first year of college in 95, 96, when I got a pen pal in Japan, and I got her letters every month, and she was like a ray of sunshine, and we really grew to like each other. And it's funny reading those books, and I was just like, I'm so stupid, but I have this idea that maybe someday I'll meet her, and I'll maybe we can get married and have a life together. But I'm so stupid because there's no way that's gonna happen. And that's exactly what happened. Actually, we're next year we're gonna be married for 22 years. It's amazing. But of course there's ups and downs, and you know, especially after my wife was hit by a car, some things have just not really returned to normal. And it's not just like her sense of taste and smell, because she's mostly gotten used to that. She's not completely without the taste and smell sense from her concussion, but like PTSD type stuff. And like she can't sit in the front seat of the car with me anymore. It gives her stress. And there's just stuff like that. I don't know if she's ever going to recover from that. But so it really kind of kills me. But you know, this self-hatred of that I had, it's something I see my daughter struggling with. And it's, I don't know, it's just something that gets passed through, like genetically, I guess. It's funny, you know, like, even when my daughter was like really tiny, she would kind of make facial expressions that I hadn't seen my wife make since like we were first married or something. And there's something, I don't know if it's like some sort of genetic coding or some sort of like a spiritual energy that gets passed through genes, but it's weird because I can see the patterns, you know, after reading this, and I understand more of who I was back then, and I see my own child struggling with the same kind of thing. And yeah, I just gotta pray for her. I'm sorry, I'm getting kind of choked up, but there's something else though. Is like, you know, when I'm reconnecting with myself from like over 20 years ago, when I put the book down and I disconnect from that past consciousness, is kind of like a disorienting feeling. It's just really bizarre, and yeah, and that's why it's taken me a week to get around to finishing this video. I've had like zero interest in hobbies or anything. I think I'm maybe gonna try to return to normal, maybe this weekend. But it's interesting because I'm learning about stuff. You know, when I'm reading this, and it's like my old 19, 20, 21-year-old version of myself is teaching me. You know, now that I'm like over twice that age now, it's like that younger version of myself. It's like that younger version of myself is teaching me about being a better person, about spirituality, about being closer to God. And I just, at the same time though, it's like I see like the dumb mistakes that I've made back then, and you know, maybe maybe I'm having a midlife crisis or something, but I think one of those symptoms is like wanting to, you know, quantum leap back in time and you know, change things and be nicer to people and maybe do things over again, so that you know, just so you can show more love to people in opportunities where you blow it. At the same time though, you know, would I even be here? You know, maybe if things had worked differently, then I would not have even married my wife. Maybe I would have been with somebody else. So yeah, you know, you take those painful memories and you learn from them. And I can just say though that, you know, I'm blessed because, you know, recently I've been talking to like a couple other guys, people who watch my silly videos, and reading about how their marriages, you know, when they got married, when they were kind of young and naive, they married young women who turned out to be kind of rotten, and would turn their own children against their father, and you know, their father's wife, or their new wife or significant other and such. Just the viciousness. And I thank God that even though I've had ups and downs, even when there has been times, you know, and there may be some times when I've been tempted to think, you know, maybe if I had married somebody else or whatever, that's destructive. I mean, if you're out there, anybody's watching until the end of this crazy video, you know, just love. If you're married, you know, just love your spouse as much as you can. And this past month, you know, I've really this past month I've really focused more on loving my wife more than I have in quite a long time, and it's working. People, love is a decision. It's not just an emotion. See, it sometimes, especially as time goes on, you have to consciously make a decision and stick to it, and don't get discouraged. So I'm just really glad that I have been recording my life ever since I was 15 or 16. I think it was 15 years old is when I started, maybe 16, I can't remember. Yeah, I think I was 15 years old when my mom got that journal for me. But I'm just glad that I can remind myself. And there's like incidents and people that I had completely forgotten about. And when I'm reading this stuff, I'm like, oh gosh, I had totally forgot about that. And it's been a really interesting experience. But like I said, it's been really disorienting. But like, I can't put these down. And right now I'm at the part where I had my first job teaching in Japan back in 2000, and all of the emotional roller coaster of when I was getting ready for my wedding ceremony, and problems with my wife's parents and such, and oh God, now I won't go into detail, but I'm glad that things have smoothed over and I get along with them pretty well now. But just love your family. So we're coming up on Christmas, and sorry, I'm having to edit this because I'm getting all choked up. But anyhow, Merry Christmas coming up soon, and yeah, just God bless, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.